Hey everyone, looks like we're live. So sorry I'm a few minutes late. It just Google Hangout wasn't working for me this morning, but such is life. I guess it's this afternoon now. So my name is Pam, and I am a health and life coach. I work with busy moms, trying to help them create a productive and happy and healthy life, specifically professional moms. I really work with women who have careers, families, social obligations, just so much going on that they feel like they spend all their time just running around like a chicken with its head cut off and never having time to stop and enjoy the life that they have today. And that's what I want to stop. I want the women that I work with to really feel that they are enjoying their lives every day. So today I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about how to jumpstart your morning, how to start each day off feeling a little bit better, calmer, happier, and just get a good start to your day so that hopefully the rest of the day can continue to be wonderful and productive and happy. So there's three areas I want to cover, and then I'm going to share some of my favorite resources on this topic with you. The first one is simply, how do you want your morning to look like? Like when you wake up in the day, or just if you think about your morning, what do you want to happen? Do you want to feel relaxed? Do you want to spend some time learning or exercising? Do you just want to get everyone out the door peacefully? What are your goals for the morning? Now, take a few minutes, and if you're watching this on replay, just pause here and then take a couple minutes and just write a couple paragraphs of what your perfect morning would look like. What would you like to see yourself start each day with? So go ahead and do that. And then when you're done, I want you to look back on that and think, all right, well, this is great. This is what I'd like to see, but what's realistic for where my life is today? I know all of us would probably love to get up and spend half an hour drinking coffee and reading, maybe exercising, just relaxing, enjoying ourselves, not be rushing around, but that's maybe not realistic at this point in your life, especially if you're a professional working mom. You've got to get kids out the door, get yourself to work, and try and do that in a reasonable fashion. So look back at that painted picture of what would be your ideal morning and decide what is realistic that you could accomplish if you had enough time and you were prepared for it. So go ahead and pause if you're watching this on replay and do that. Now I want you to think about how to make that happen. So, think about what your ideal is, what's realistic, and kind of write out a general schedule of what you'd like your morning to look like. Let me give you an example of mine right now. Right now, I have one child that goes to school at 7 and one that goes to school at 8:15. So my mornings are kind of weird. And so I get up ideally at 5:30, but sometimes it's not until 6. So the things that I know that I must accomplish each morning, the non-negotiables are to get up and get dressed, get ready, put my makeup on, fully dressed, fully ready for the day, to feed my kids breakfast, and to spend a little time doing Bible study and personal development. Now, it used to be that I did yoga in the mornings, but now that's not possible with the two kids getting up at different times, because I've got really two kids to get off to school. So my morning is a little bit different than it used to be, and that's okay. I've adjusted it to the appropriate time of my life right now, and we'll talk about that more in the third area I want to talk about. So those are my must-dos. Now, ideally, I would like to add a little bit of stretching in there. I'd like to add some time to, make some coffee for myself while I'm doing my personal development. Enjoy that. I'd like to spend some time eating breakfast with my kids, even if it's just sitting down with them and talking to them. If I've already eaten with the first one, I'll sit down and talk to the second one. Sometimes if we can get up early enough, I like to spend 15 minutes reading to my son before he goes to school. So those are the nice things. And I have those on my, my kind of routine when I have time, but I have a basic, short, these are the must, and I know exactly how long that will take. So I know that to do those, I have to get up at 6. If I want to do the extras, I get up at 5:30. So I've given myself a little flexibility there. So write out a schedule now of what you must do and how long it will take you to do that. And then your goal is going to be to start implementing that each day. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is how to make that happen. And the best way to make that happen is to prepare for it the night before. Sorry, I've got somebody send in a question here. So the night before, if you can spend some time getting ready for the next day, it will help immensely. So simple things like I'll pack my kids' lunch or get the pieces of their lunch together the night before, stick them on a shelf in the fridge. Then in the morning, all I have to do is pop them in their lunch bag. Lay out my clothes. So in the morning, I don't even think about what I'm going to wear. I just put it on, get ready. Making sure the kids pack their backpacks the night before and have everything signed. Anything they need to take to school is ready. I found if I spend 15, 20 minutes the night before, the next morning will just be so much better. It makes night and day. If you take one tip from this Google Plus Hangout, it's that one. Prepare the night before. Even 15 minutes will make tomorrow morning that much better for you. And the third thing I want to talk about is the idea of things can change. And as I alluded to earlier, my mornings are different now than they used to be, and that's okay. It's important to understand that whatever routine you put together that seems ideal for you now, it's going to change. Now might be such a busy season in your life that all you can do is get the kids out the door and yourself to work. And if you can do that in a peaceful manner by preparing the night before and knowing what must be done in the morning, successful for now. Maybe in a few years, your schedule will shift and you'll have more time. I know just last year, I had both kids leaving for school at 8:15. So if I got up at 6, I had a good hour and 15 minutes before I even had to wake them up. I had a lot more time. I could do 20 minutes of yoga every day. But, you know, when summer came, that schedule changed. And then when the school started this year and I had kids going at different times, the schedule changed again. And that's okay. I just took out what I knew wasn't mandatory, which for me was the yoga, and I moved it to noon. And now I do it at lunch, 20 minutes. I take a 20-minute shorter lunch and I do 20 minutes of yoga, unless I get myself up real early. So it's okay that things change, and I need you to accept that and understand that what you're looking for is what's ideal for you right now and what will make your life better, happier, and healthier right now. Another thing to think about is that emergencies come up. You know, there's going to be a day you sleep in, or a day that your kid's sick, or, you know, you've got to get to work early, whatever. If you can prepare a little bit the night before, if you know that that's going to occur, go ahead and do that, and that'll make the next day better. Otherwise, make sure you know, and this would be a great time to pause and do that, what absolutely has to be done to get started with a successful day. And maybe for you, all that is get yourself and your kids ready and off to school. So if that's the minimum, then you know what steps you need and how long you need to do that. And maybe you can enlist the kids to help. But there's been times I've been sick, or, you know, I've had something, an early morning conference call, and haven't been able to be as attentive as I like to be in the morning, where I've had my daughter get herself breakfast. I mean, maybe it's just a cereal bar and some juice or some fruit, but at least, you know, that's taken that step out of my morning. She's doing it. It still gets done. So I still accomplish what I need to accomplish. It's not my ideal, but it's still setting us up for a successful start to the day. And I'll have her even prep her brother's lunch, or, you know, breakfast. I'll have them put their lunches from the shelf into their lunch bags. So, you know, different things you can do if you need to speed things up, yet still accomplish the minimum things you need to accomplish. Now, before I go, I just want to share a couple of my favorite resources on getting a better start to the day. The first one is called Jumpstart, or it's Make Over Your Mornings, and it's by Crystal Paine, and it's a 14-day course. She gives a little 2 or 3 minute video at the beginning with a concept and then some action steps. Great course, and I will put a link to all these on a blog post that I'm going to post with this Google Hangout replay. The other one is by Janine Yoder, and it is kind of a more discover your morning. It's probably for someone who has a little more time in the morning to discover a great way to start their day. So that is another resource. And then on my website, I have a 3-day e-course, and I highly recommend giving that a shot too. I think that that's free, so that's something you definitely want to check out. And it goes through the steps I've talked through here just in a lot more detail. And then finally, the last one is a book that I've been reading, and I've been blogging about this month, called Eat That Frog. And it's a fun little 21-day more productivity, so it might be more helpful after you actually get to work on how to have a more productive day there. But I think some of the concepts would be great to implement just early in the morning too. So I will put links to all those on my website. And in the meantime, I'd love to hear in the comments how you start a successful day. Have a great day. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye-bye.